Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Good morning. Christmas is 1 week away, and before you go to your friends or relatives for dinner, we've got some tips on table manners.
Did you hear that?
That was a 10.
That's a holiday moment.
That's a solid 10.
Okay, you may not want to get that comfortable, but it is surprising sometimes what friends and family do in holiday settings, just like we have this morning.
What you just saw is definitely a don't, but Diane Gottsman with the Protocol School of Texas is here to make sure we all mind our manners with some rules of etiquette. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So that's definitely a don't, but we've seen it happen in one version or the other. So the first thing we're going to do, the first rule of etiquette is that when you sit down, you take your napkin from your plate or the table and you put it on your lap.
Okay.
And the fold of the napkin faces your waist. So the fold faces your waist. And then you look at the table and you can determine what you're going to have because the utensils are set a certain way. So you always eat from the outside, moving in.
Oh.
So today we're having it set for soup is the spoon, salad fork and salad knife, and then the entree. So just think about outside in, and then here's a little tip for you. Make a B and a D with your fingers, and here's a little reminder, a little B and a D.
B and a D.
Your bread plate is always left, and your drink is always right.
Oh, okay, let me move it.
So there you go. And you don't have to say anything about it. You just, so that's the overview.
A quick question. You say when you're going to a holiday party, don't arrive early.
There's a reason for that, because your host is still in their house shoes and perhaps rollers, a robe.
Yep.
So if you do arrive early, get ready to help the host light the candles. So it's a big no.
Okay, you say when we do show up, though, that it's important to mix and mingle, which can be hard if you don't know anyone.
So your job as a good guest is to make your host glad you're invited. So that means that I have to introduce myself to people I don't know and say hello to people I do, but stay away from your close friends and mix with people that you don't know, because it makes the host comfortable. They don't have to worry that everyone is having a good time.
That's so true.
Yes.
That is so true.
And another thing you suggest, and these are just general rules, don't show up hungry.
Which is hard for me because I'm ready to eat as soon as I show up.
So you don't want your stomach growling while you're introducing yourself to new people. So have just a small snack so you're not concentrating and focused on your food. You're concentrating on the conversation.
Nice. Okay, and then you say we're all in our respective seats, but don't take someone else's seat.
So watch to see where the host is going to sit first, because they're going to want to sit down and they're probably going to guide you. There may be place cards. Don't switch the place cards. So just say, Erin, where would you like for me to sit? And now if there's 40 of you, you're just going to read the room, but just let the host sit first.
Nice.
And also another thing to let the host do, you said, is when you get there, everybody gets seated, wait for the host to, maybe they're going to do a toast.
Yes.
Or some people may do a prayer, particularly at a religious holiday.
So don't jump into the bread basket or don't jump into whatever you see at the table. That's right, because you're not that hungry. You had your snack, Erin.
I'm trying.
Let the host welcome you.
Nice. Okay, so this one, you have to explain this one to me. Keep your jacket on and tie down. What does that mean?
So if a gentleman comes to the table and it's a formal event, there may not even be jackets on, but if it's more of a formal occasion or a dressy occasion, you keep your coat on and don't sling that tie over your shoulder so you can dive into the turkey ham or whatever you're having. Okay. Keep your tie down.
And there are also actually some good ideas. It's just good to know this stuff so you don't feel uncomfortable when you're at an event or something like that. There's actually a direction to pass things,
so
like the rolls.
Everything is passed, Jane, counterclockwise, which means to the right. But since we three are sitting here, this would be a conundrum, because what are we going to do with this in front of us? So I would be closest to the rolls. So what I would do, this is the default, I would offer you a roll. You just take one.
Am I allowed to actually?
Take one. Yes, take one. You can take
Aaron.
it. Put it on your bread plate. On your bread plate, Aaron.
bread plate.
I'm going to take
burning.
one, and then I'm going to offer to Jane.
Thank you.
Even though we're supposed to pass to the right, we can't possibly do that without Jane running over this way to you.
Got it.
So we do the best we can.
Right. And also another thing you talk about is it's really good etiquette not to automatically start salt and peppering your food and put a bunch of condiments on it and all
And
that.
ask for ketchup at the table because that insults the host. So taste it first. You may or may not need salt and pepper, and then don't ask for ketchup.
Wow. Okay, I am learning a bunch today. Not necessarily ketchup, but one thing about me and two things to show. I'm going to use the salt and pepper. All right, and the last thing you say is don't ask for doggy bags.
So I have a little doggy bag right here, and the host can send home a treat with you, but you don't ask for all the leftovers and start picking up the food out of the casserole dish.
Diane, you taught me some stuff today.
In
My
other
goodness.
words, you don't want to walk through the kitchen at the end of the party and say, could I have a Tupperware container?
No.
And could you put this, and this in it?
And don't bring your own Tupperware container. Don't bring your own doggy bag.
Thank you, Diane.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, too.